Well, it finally got another sunny day. Although I think it's all supposed to go to shit tomorrow again, or maybe Tuesday. I don't know. This week's supposed to be shit again, but got enough time today to. The hell is that? Go through and get the plates and sprockets figured out on the planter. I just realized bringing these up here, I have a crap ton of flat plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets, and then I got one set down there that I've only got 2 of, so it doesn't do me any good, but I got a lot of flat plates, and I've only ever used one set. The 2 sets of round plates I got are the 2 that I normally end up using. But I also changed my mind again on seed, because I was looking at down there when I was bringing these up, and the 88 day and the 110 day are only 3 pounds off from each other. So in theory, if I got the right plates, I should only have to use one sprocket combination for both of them and just swap plates out in the unit. And one would think, running 16 cell plates for both of them, you would only need one set of plates to begin with, no matter, or one set of sprockets to begin with once you got your population set, no matter what the bag weight was. Well, after running this planter for 11 years, right? Yeah, because I bought it when I'm, no, 10 years. I found out that if you have a really big swinging bag weight like that, the 82 day is only a 34 pound bag. If you got a real big swinging bag weight, you got to change sprockets, because you'll never get it to work out right, even if you're running the same even if you're running 16 cell plates on both of them. Doesn't make any sense. It's just the way it works out. It's the quirks of running a plate planter. It's just things you got to get used to and things you got to plan for. So, like I say, going with the 88 day core over the 82, because it's going to make life easier planting and figuring out sprockets and plates. So, anyhow, crack these bags open and figure out what plates need to go with what. Well, I couldn't find a flat plate that the flat seed actually fit worth a damn in, but it fits damn near perfect in a round plate. And just by chance, my rounds fit damn near perfect in the same plate. So I might get lucky and be able to use the same exact plates, which will give me the same exact sprockets for both seed sizes, which would be mint. So, slap these things in the boxes. Pretty sure that these are the plates that I pretty much just use the crap out of all the time anyhow. Where did I put mine there? Like I said earlier, I really only got 2 plates that I've ever, or 2 plate sets that I've ever actually put a whole lot of acres on, because they just work for everything. Okay, well, I ended up swapping plates again because I didn't like how the seed fit in it once I got them in the box. So I went with one that's slightly shallower from here to from the back of the plate cell to the wall of the hopper bottom. And I was throw a little bit of, like a half a handful of seed in there and take my finger and kind of flick it around and make sure there's not any doubles, because that's what they call this a wiper. That's what that thing's job is to make, or to kick any doubles that might be double stacked out of the cell before it makes it into the kicker wheel. So these plates are looking a lot better. I'm not saying there's not a chance for some doubles, but like they'd have to work real hard to get 2 seeds in there. So dump a little bit in each box, and that'll give me 4 repetitions for every test pass I make. And we'll go make a pass down the driveway and measure it off. And how far you drive doesn't necessarily 100% matter. You just gotta make sure you go far enough to get a long enough row to get your measurement off of. And that all depends on how wide a row you're planting. On 30s, you need 17 feet 5 inches. I'm gonna guess this is gonna come out a shade bit high, but this is our good starting point anyway. I can tell you right now, this could be way too high. Yeah, that's almost 40,000. That's a little high. But the whole point of the measuring is if you go on a 30-inch row, you measure 17 feet 5 inches. That gives you 1/1000th of a planted acre. So you measure that off, you count the number of seeds in that section of row, you multiply that by 1,000, that gives you your final population. So I've got 39 seeds in that, multiply that by 1,000, plant population is going to be 39,000. Shooting for 32, so you got to back that down just a skitch. Alright, well, so we come back here and consult our seed chart. I'm lucky enough that the one on the bottom of my box lid is still in good enough shape, but the same chart's in the book. And actually the one in the book's expanded. It seems like there's another page to it. But anyway, right now I am running a, I think this is a 22. It's stamped on them somewhere, but Lord knows you can never find them when they're on the planter. Where to put you. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I got a 22 running A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I got a 22 on a 12. Which is there. So the next one down is going to be an 18 running a 9. So I got to do some dig. Actually, that might be an 18 on top already. Nah, I bet that's a damn 20. Anyway, I got to find me an 18-2 sprocket and a 9-2 sprocket. I lied. My dumbass read the chart backwards. 20 and 12 is going to be next. So all I got to do is jump my chain over. Which, on these is easy. All you do is pull up on the tensioner and walk the bottom sprocket over and jump the chain off and catch the next sprocket. Well, I ended up having to jump down 2 more sprocket combinations, but I think I got her dialed in pretty good on those flats. Ended up going with a 20 driving a 14 instead of a 20 driving a 12. And that got me at 31, 32, 32, and 34. And I think the 34 was actually a fluke because the wind took off of my tape measure and knocked seed everywhere. So, but even at that, you add all those up, average it out across 4 rows, you end up with 32 and a quarter. So it'd be 32,250 plants per acre, which for a plate planter, close enough. So, empty the hoppers out and load up the rounds and give that a test shot, see where we're at. Hopefully it comes out in the same area and I can just run the same sprockets and plates, and that'll make corn easy. And then the beans are going to be interesting. Hopefully I can get this thing to turn fast enough to get the population I want with 24 cell plate. Well, I think I can safely run the same sprockets and plate for both my corn seed hybrids. The rounds came out at a 30 here, a 31 here, a 32 here, and a 31 here. You average all that out, it comes out to 31,000, which I think if I jump up to the next size or next sprocket size, I'm probably going to jump over 32 and go to about 33, because the sprockets on these things the sprockets on this particular planter I've found in the past tend to be about 2,000 plant increments. So I'm just going to call her on that. And you get bouncing around in the field and you put graphite in there, the seed, I've found that same as the drill, the population that I find here tends to be about 1,000 higher in the field anyhow. So I think we'll be good. Well, we're going to be good because I'm going to go with it. So, get this cleaned out and throw in my plastic plates and see what we can figure out for beans. Not looking forward to counting that because that's going to be 150 seeds in 17.5 feet a row. Might only do this on 2 run. I think I'm just going to do this on 2 units. That's going to be a lot of counting. Well, it took a minute, but I got my bean setting figured out. I only ran 2 rows because damn, that was a lot of counting. It would have been nice to set this up, or go through the same calibration set or on this as what I do on the drill, but there's nowhere to get anything to collect seed on these row units, so had to string them out and count them one at a time, and that took a minute, but luckily I only had to do it twice because I did my math and got really close on the first shot, and the second shot I backed it down just right, and these two rows averaged out to 131,000. So I'm going to call that close enough. So I was shooting for 130, so it'll and I got enough seed to go 150, so if it varies a little throughout the field, I got plenty of seed to make up for it. So anyhow, I did have to modify these plates, because apparently the 543, which is what these came out of, was they came in one of my parts 543s that I bought. They went to a different base, and these plates were bigger, so I had to go in and probably grind off an 1/8 inch on a side to get a 1/4 inch off of it all together to get it to fit in here. And then when I did that, it made the cells too shallow, so I had to take a burr on a die grinder and grind the cells out deeper again. And I got it deep enough to, for the most part, be planting doubles, which was the only way I was going to get this old thing to spin fast enough, or to put enough seed down with the limited selection of gears I got on the high end to get anywhere close to the population I needed. And B, when you're planting doubles, or when you're planting on 30s, you want to plant doubles or triples if possible, because if you get it planted and you get a crust, if you've got two plants right next to each other, they can help each other lift the crust up. You don't really have that much trouble with corn, because corn's just a single spike, and corn's fairly decent at working its way up through. Not saying you never have to rotary hoe corn, but corn's a lot better at dealing with crust than beans are, at least in singles. Because beans, you know, they're dicot, so they got two cotyledon leaves that come out. So that's a lot to try to push through the crust. And you go through a bean field that's been crusted, and you walk through it, and you'll start seeing big old plates of dirt that the beans are lifting up because they can't push through it. They just lift it up and flop it off themselves. Which on drill beans, your population's high enough that it's just a given. So you want to kind of try to replicate that while you're doing 30, so that they can help each other get through the ground. But anyhow, now we just gotta get enough dry days in a row to start planting, and looks like it's not gonna happen this week because they got rain every day until Friday. So I wanted to go tomorrow and get a load of starter fertilizer so it's in the wagon, but now they got rain scheduled for tomorrow, which my wagon's got a tarp on it, but I really just don't like pulling it in the rain. So we'll see how that all works out. But anyway, I guess I'm going to get the beans cleaned out of this thing, get all my crap put away, take this back over to the barn, and go from there for the rest of the day. So I guess that does it for this one. We'll catch you all on the next one.